Welcome to Business Reporters, the Best of British Business campaign. What do you do when at 55, that first letter from your pension provider arrives at your door? For many, this is the moment when they truly begin to contemplate their retirement. A shift some years ago from defined benefit schemes to defined contribution schemes has left the first generation of soon-to-be pensioners with little awareness or knowledge and greater responsibility for their financial health. Where can they find advice to take control of their futures? Lily Megson Harvey, Policy Director at My Pensions Expert, will help us explore the available options. Lily, welcome. Lily, there's still such a lack of clarity, isn't there, around pension savings. Why is that?
I think that's largely been due to the massive shift we've seen in the pension landscape over the past, say, 30, 40 years. So we've essentially gone from your employer taking care of funding your retirement, which was called, or I should say is still called defined benefit, to you having to fund your retirement, save for retirement, called defined contribution pensions. And not only have you been responsible for saving for retirement, it's up to you to decide what to do with the sum of money you've collected throughout your career. And I think with such a dramatic shift in what pensions and retirement looks like, the awareness and the education just hasn't kept pace. So people just aren't clear about what this change in pension means for them and also their retirement.
It does seem extraordinary though, doesn't it, that someone would reach retirement age, have done essentially the hard work of saving, let's say, £100,000 or even more into a pension pot and then not know what to do next.
I know, it seems unbelievable, doesn't it? But I think a lot of the issue as well is the clarity of the information about their own pension. So, for example, you receive a letter from your workplace pension provider. You don't know what that information is. You have some numbers, you have a couple of arrows, a graph, if you're lucky. Most don't even have that. And there's no context as to what what this information, what these numbers actually mean for you and what they mean for your future. So no one actually is clear of what to do with that information. And more importantly, there's no signposting, no clear signposting as to where people can go for that help, as to explain what it means for them.
Is there more that the financial services industry could do to educate, particularly pension providers, educate their clients? I
think so. And one of the most simple things people can do is make that information clear. Otherwise, that's just a massive barrier for so many people. And I think also making people aware that advice is accessible for people. Advice isn't just for the wealthy individuals who have millions of pounds in their funds. It's for everyone. And most importantly, advice is available to people. They just need to be made more aware of it.
So if people aren't getting the right advice, and we know they're not, what are they doing instead?
So anecdotally, from my experience at My Pension Expert, a lot of our clients first of all speak to their friends and family because they speak to people who they can relate to, who they feel can understand their situation, and that their friends and family's decisions might also suit them, which is most people's starting point. Some others might go online, they might have a Google, and they might find some of the free guidance available to them. For example, going on PensionWise, which is the government's website, which is useful. It can explain different options for people, what might work, gives people an idea of what could work for them, point them in a certain direction. But the issue with these two elements is that it's not tailored advice suited to people's specific circumstances, and not only their circumstances, but their future goals. What do they want to achieve in retirement? Retirement is a really personal thing, so basing your decisions on general ideas I don't think is particularly beneficial.
So how does My Pension Expert then fill the gap? Where do you come in?
So we come in when people want financial advice. However, we offer telephone and Teams-based advice. So we can offer advice to our clients. The most important thing is our clients feel comfortable. We offer genuinely an armchair service. So our clients can reach out to us. They don't need to feel intimidated. And most importantly as well, with our service, we offer in our view, the perfect mixture of in-person help, so over the telephone. Our teams speak to our clients. They really get to know our clients, get to know what they want to achieve. But we use technology to drive really efficient processes so a client can receive information at the drop of a hat. They have access to online information, their own online portal, and with those sorts of efficiencies, we're able to pass on the savings we make straight to the client.
So say I get that letter from my pension provider. Why would I come to my pension expert instead of perhaps going to a financial advisor, for example, or another one?
So, as our name suggests, we are the pension experts. This is what we do. We want to help all our clients. And we've got a team of regulated financial advisors who are ready and raring to help. And it's not just our team of financial advisors who are available. We have a team of retirement technicians who are experts in their field. They understand everything about pensions, and most importantly, they can explain to our clients in language they'll understand. There's no jargon. It's all completely clear. The whole service is completely transparent. And then even after our clients have received advice, we have a dedicated client services team who hold the hand every step of the way. Our service doesn't just stop at advice. Our client services team help our clients through the entire end of the process. So whether it's transferring their funds to another investment, for example, or helping them finalise that purchase of an annuity. We have a whole team that handholds them throughout our clients throughout the entire process.
So can you just explain it to me step by step how the process would work from the initial communication with my pension expert all the way through to that final step that you were talking about?
Of course. So our clients will first contact us and request a call from our team at a time that suits them. And then our team of retirement technicians will call that client and just have an initial conversation, no obligation, just getting to know the client, getting to know what type of lifestyle they have, how much they approximately think they have in their fund, whether they have any investments, their health history. That information is really important to help all together to make that tailored recommendation. So after that initial conversation and the client feels ready, the retirement technician will then book them in with an appointment with a financial advisor who will use all this information and use it to make a recommendation to help the client achieve the outcome that they want. They'll make a recommendation that will ensure that it suits not only their current circumstances, but help them achieve their financial objectives. And once our clients have received that advice, they are then put in contact with our client services team who will handle all the admin. So the client services team will just finalise the process, so whether that's moving their investments into another fund, helping them purchase an annuity. At the end of the day, the client just needs to know where the money is, and that's exactly what we do.
Do you have to wait until you've reached retirement to come to you for advice?
Absolutely not. So say if you reach the age of 45. You've collected several pensions from different workplaces and you're not sure what to do with them. You're not sure how to keep track of them. You're not sure if they're in the right place and if your money is working as hard as it should be. I think that's a perfect time to contact my pension expert and receive that advice. And if your money is in the right place and there's nothing that we can do to improve your current situation, we'll tell you and we won't charge you. But the key is that if you're not sure, advice is accessible with my pension expert, and we can help you, whether that's moving some or all of your pensions into one pot or keeping some in a current pot so you don't lose out on guaranteed benefits, for example. It's that expert advice that makes all the difference, so you're confident that your money is working as hard as possible. So
to be clear, there's no sort of standard outcome that you offer to people or you advise people?
Everyone's different. Everyone has different needs and a different vision of retirement. So our advisors will recommend different things. For example, some clients might be recommended an annuity, and that's a guaranteed income for the rest of your life. And someone might receive that recommendation if they had no other sources of income and needed that set of income to cover certain costs. But that's just one example. Everyone's different in those circumstances. In other cases, they might recommend moving their pension to a different fund or drawdown, so your pension remains in an investment, so gives your pension pot chance to grow. And in which case it might be recommended that not only would you receive that initial advice to move your pension, but you might also benefit from ongoing advice, which allows our clients to have ongoing access to our expert advisors and receive annual checkups so that our clients can be assured that they're remaining on track for their retirement plan. But of course, if a client doesn't want that ongoing advice, they don't have to have it. There's no obligation, and they can turn off whenever they want to. The key is knowing that My Pension Expert are there to support them whenever they need it.
So what are your 3 key takeaways then that you'd like our audience to leave with?
I think there are a couple of things I'd like to highlight. First of all, it's important to note that pensions can be overwhelming. It's a big financial decision. Deciding what to do with £100,000, it's a lot of pressure. I totally get it. So there's no problem with seeking help, seeking that professional help, so you don't have to do it alone. And advice isn't just for the wealthy people who have millions of pounds in their funds. It's for everyone, and it should be accessible for everyone. And finally, it's never too early or too late to start thinking about your pension. That help is always on hand, and most importantly, it's on hand with My Pension Expert.
Lily Megson Harvey, Policy Director at My Pension Expert.